where other men blindly followed the truth. Remember, nothing is true. Where other men are limited by mortality or law. Remember, everything is permitted. We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins, but there are 3 tenets we must follow. The first tenet, stay your blade on that of an innocent. The second tenet, always hide in plain sight. And the third tenet, never compromise the brotherhood. If you couldn't tell by that cringy intro, today we are reviewing Assassin's Creed, which came out in 2016 and is 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And currently on Rotten Tomatoes, it sits at a whopping 18%. I don't know why. I actually like this movie. Yeah, there's definitely its flaws, but what movie doesn't have its flaws? I think this movie was a masterpiece in its genius work. Why do I think so? Well, let me tell you why. It was what we wanted. We wanted an Assassin's Creed movie, and we got an Assassin's Creed movie. It had everything we wanted in it. Yeah, it didn't have the famous Altair or Ezio. Or hell, they didn't even have Connor, Edward, Jacob, Evie, or no. You know this. Now that I kind of say that out loud, I can kind of see why people didn't like this that much. I mean, yeah, we did get an Assassin's Creed movie, but at what cost do we get this at? I mean, yeah, the movie is very interesting. It's a very complex story, as Assassin's Creed is, but it just tries so hard to put all of the Assassin's Creed movie, video games, story just together, and it doesn't really end up too well. We follow our main protagonist, Cal Lynch, and who not unlike Desmond, was not really a former assassin. It stated in the beginning of the movie that he murdered someone, but we never figure out who he murdered. But yeah, he's sentenced to death, and then goes to, I can't remember what was the whole big top secret society that the assassins are supposed to be fighting against. Okay, so technically it was just the Templars, but like still, they could like ease up on the, not ease up. They could just like fully ram into the path between like the Templars and the freaking assassins. This is in the 15th century. And we didn't even get one name of Altair or Ezio. Those two people were the ones that had reshaped the creed all on its own. And not even in trying to get that all out of the way. It's not even... This movie does anger me, but it's also very good. I do gotta admit the parkour is pretty cool. Oh, and the fight scenes are really cool, and just we finally get to see the hidden blade on the big screen. But another thing is what I don't like is pretty much at the beginning of the movie we get to see our main assassin Aguilar, or not, don't confuse him with Altair like I used to. I thought he was Altair until I realized like, hey, I'm an idiot. But yeah, we see Aguilar are cutting off his ring finger, which, again, in Altair's time, back in the 12th century, I believe, he never had any of the whole. He fixed the problem with the ring finger, and he made it to where you can have a closed fist, and then just get that out there. You'd have a closed fist. or just just like that. And then Ezio improved upon that. But apparently in Spain, it's still an ancient tradition just to cut off your ring finger. But yet when Ezio was fully an assassin, he only got branded on his ring finger, which technically that was only supposed to be there or because assassins before Altair figured out the whole hidden blade problem. He they used to get spotted a lot just by their ring fingers, and the Templars caught on to this. And so after that, they only branded their ring fingers, and they would usually wear gloves. So I don't think anyone's gonna see that. But yeah, this movie, it feels long. Stupid car, what are you doing? I'm trying to record here. Sorry about that. Um, this movie. Oh, now I lost my train of thought. Um, I'm rambling. Let's get on to the movie. So we start off the movie with, yes, Aguilar getting his ring finger branded, and then we also jump forward in time to meet Cal Lynch as a child, and his father Joseph Lynch has just killed his mother Mary Lynch, because Joseph Lynch is an assassin, and apparently I don't like this is not it's already getting on my nerves. But the boy already shows immense talent in parkour and acrobatics. But then we also, after that, after we see Joseph, or Lynch's, or the Lynch father, I don't know, tell Cal to get out of there. Or we jump forward and Cal's being executed for murder. And then he also gets transferred to Abstergo. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. If I'm not, just bully me in the comments. But, this is good so far. It's just it's just like little things, like the frequent cuts. You can see that throughout this movie, that are just frequent cuts. And, like, normal movies, like, they wouldn't have so many cuts. But, like, I get it. It's just to show the fast-paced action. And you gotta just keep catching up with them. But, like, why not just make, like, one long scene at once? Just, like, following them throughout, like, behind. Why do you have to keep, like, cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting? I don't know. It's just like a child just took the scissors and just like, I wonder what this would. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, he's finally shown to this machine. Don't know the name of it, cause I am just dumb. Even though I'm playing the game, I'm playing the first game right now, and I'm gonna be playing the third or the second Revolutions in Brotherhood. Or was it Brotherhood? Never mind. I'm already wasting time talking. But yeah, this movie is very interesting, to say the least. It earned its Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, it did. But not saying that there's not good things about this movie. Acting is crap. Not gonna lie about that. Acting was pretty crap. But the actually just any part with the actual assassins in it, that's the only good part about it. I mean, yeah, that's it. Like, I could just keep going on and talking about how this movie's pretty crap, but frankly, half this movie's pretty forgettable. I mean, Cal meets a few guys in the prison. He figures out that, Abstergo wants to take over the world. Well, so he has to go retrieve a piece of Eden that Aguilar has hidden. But apparently in this universe you can go back and like envision that by like genetic memories contained in his DNA. Hey, and then he lives out the experiences of Aguilar de Inufra. Don't know how to. I think I might have butchered that last part, but hey, I butcher a lot of things on this channel. Well, like I'm butchering my subscription into many other things. But that's just But it's a dis. I mean, like they fight to protect people from the Templars. There's a controlling elite society that want to take over the world by using the pieces of Eden, but yet the assassins have to stop them. So it's pretty much good guy, bad guy. But in the third game, or it might have been, yeah, it was no, it was the second game. It was in the second game where it kind of showed like two of the Templars, a father and a son, arguing over about whose morals are correct. And frankly, I don't care whose morals are correct. I just want to play the goddamn game. But this movie is interesting in its own way. As in, and we finally get to see almost to the end of the movie. Cal puts on his Cal throughout the entire movie has two hidden blades. Now, I was just watching this movie and thinking, interesting. So, why would you cut off your ring finger and have that? I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, just maybe just to get this through the ring finger. But then you have another one on the other hand. It makes no sense. Like, you didn't cut off that ring finger. It makes no sense. I digress. If we could get a better Assassin's Creed movie, not saying that wasn't good, I'm saying that this could have been much better. The movie just starts to amp up at the end, where they start to break out of the facility that they're being trapped in. A couple assassins die. Apparently they were main characters. I mean, I don't know, a few of them just didn't. I can't even remember their names. The number one person I can remember, surprisingly, was Nathan. Yeah, I bet you're wondering who the hell's Nathan. Well, he's that one guy that dies before they leave the facility. That's the only person I can actually remember from that entire group, except for Cal and Nathan. That's it. I mean, there was that one black guy in there. Hey, the black guy didn't die in this movie. That's good. And equality. I'm gonna shut up now. But this movie, it could have shown a lot more potential, and it would have shown a lot more potential if they would have, maybe, actually worked on it. Not saying that they didn't, but why would you ever make a movie that would have so much to give us? We have an entire film, or we don't have an entire film series about this. We have an entire game series about this. It's been spanning over years and years of playing these games, and it's just getting better by the time. I mean, we're already on Valhalla. Can you imagine that? We're already on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That has to be what? There are 11 main games. How crazy is that? I mean, that's just beyond my wildest dreams. I wish that we could have more, we're not counting those crappy games. Chronicle games, where they sent us to India, Asia, and Russia. I mean, those are Assassin's Creed games in their own rights. I mean, the Indian in Assassin's Creed Blades had like 3 spikes coming out. It was called the Trident Blade. That was awesome. But like different cultures have different things. Like in the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where Ezio gets a hooked blade. It's better for climbing and better for combat. It's so cool. But yeah, we end the movie pretty much on what seems like there might make another one. So Cal, with now the memories of his former life, goes and finds out where the piece of Eden is, and apparently it was sent with Christopher Columbus, and it's buried with him. And so the Templars go to find it. The whole breakout scene happens. Nathan dies. Yeah, but you didn't see that coming. And yeah. Oh, also, we have a very forgettable character in here. I definitely forgot her. Dr. Stephanie. Or Dr. Sorry. See, that's how forgettable she is. I can't even remember her own name. It's Dr. Sophia. And she pretty much like, she kind of like cares for Cal throughout the entire movie. But after, like, they kill her father, yeah, they just kind of, I don't know. I mean, maybe she's like gonna cover for them, or like maybe she's gonna like rat them out and tell them who they were. But like, if so, I mean, like, hey, that's your choice, I guess. But like, we end the note on something that we all hoped that we would get, but like, why do the others know how to do the leap of faith? Because in the original games, Desmond can do a leap of faith because he was linked up to that machine for so long that he figured out how to do it, and it just kind of sunk in. He started learning all the moves of Altair, Ezio, and that's it, because that's all the ones we ever came by for him. Could you imagine if every single assassin we followed so far are all related? They probably are, and I'm just really dumb and I don't know what I'm talking about, but like, what if they are? Really weird. I mean, some probably don't all line up, but like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, they all just go and launch themselves off the thing, doing the leap of faith, and that's where the movie ends. This movie definitely deserved its rating. I do not disagree with Rotten Tomatoes, but I kind of disagree with Rotten Tomatoes. I think it could have been bumped up a little higher, because this is what we technically wanted. We wanted an Assassin's Creed film. And did we get it? Yes, we did. We got what we wanted. These are just the producers not caring enough. And what did we get? Not a load of garbage, but something that could have potential to be good. If they would probably have made a second one, they would have probably thrown that potential, turned it into some kind of weird compost and just threw it out the window and just made it terrible. I'm glad they didn't. They just kind of kept it there. Again, this movie felt longer than it should have. It had a PG-13 rating, which I think was crap, because I think it should have deserved I was about to say they should have deserved an M rating, obviously, but I think it should have deserved a rated R rating. If they would have made it an R rating, it would have been better. We would have gotten to see more kills, more graphic kills, and good kills, more swearing. That's the number one thing. Like, games that, like, things that should be rated R, and that would have been better if it was rated R, are normally PG-13. But, like, this isn't even trying to cross the line. to be rated R. This is just PG-13, and I can definitely say that for a fact. But with that being said, I guess this is the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all like this video, hit that like button. If you want to keep up to date on my latest videos, hit that bell. But before you hit that bell, I'm going to give you guys a free subscription. It's free. Go click it down there. You can always unsubscribe later on down the road if you guys don't like my content. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace out.